Another day, another features for my vlog here in YouTube. And to all my viewers and especially to all of my subscribers, once again, thank you that you are now watching again me. And for today's video, I am going to talk about real estate. Real estate housing development. And my location is in the Cebu, Philippines. So I don't know how about in your country, because in my country here in the Philippines, we have, when we talk about developments, especially housing, we have this category. We have socialized housing, or the lowest development, and we have the low-cost housing, and we have the open market. And for today's video, I am going to talk about socialized housing. What is socialized housing, why there is socialized housing development, and lastly, we are going to check the example of socialized housing, so that everyone, or so that you will understand what I am talking about. And maybe still you are now renting, or you don't have your property, you don't have house and lot, and still wanting to have one. And this video hopefully can help you to decide sooner or right away. So what is socialized housing? What is it? What comes to your mind when it comes socialized housing? As I mentioned, we have types of housing development. This is when it talks about the pricing, the market value, and the development of the property. And socialized housing, it's the bottom part or the lowest part of the socialized housing development. Here again, here in the Philippines. Okay, this we are talking about the Philippines, because I don't know what's the in your country or in the other country, what are the types of housing there. Okay, but we are talking about the Philippines. So socialized housing, mostly this housing is developed by the government. And however, the government extended this program open to all private sector, especially real estate developers. And for that, the government is giving them incentives in developing socialized housing. Why? Because socialized housing categorized as the lowest part or the bottom part of the housing development. Okay, so meaning this is a privilege for all those who are working, especially earning the minimum wage earner. Okay, if you are earning minimum wage, you know that you cannot afford those property worth millions. But this one, for sure, as long as you know your budget, you can afford. Okay, why? Because this socialized housing, it is categorized or developed. The price of this property is less than 1 million. Way back 5 years ago, here in Cebu, the socialized housing, the price of the property is about less than 500,000. So if you are that time, if you are working is a minimum wage earner, that time 5 years ago, the price of the property is only about less than 500,000, and you have to down about like monthly lower. But we will talk about the amortization, because this, since it is open, it is government development or open to private sector, the amortization of the property is only about 2,000. It's only about 2,000 pesos. 2,000 pesos monthly, and that's good for 30 years because it is open, financed by the subsidized by the Pag-ibig housing. So again, we will go back. Socialized housing, mostly the development of this housing is row houses. Okay, it means one story and townhouse type. One story house and townhouse type. There are, you have neighborhoods, and but what are the requirements that you should do when you are going to develop socialized housing? Of course, you have to provide, even though this is open to all minimum wage earner, but it must be the development must have access to the road, and the development must have a proper drainage system and electrical and water supply is accessible. And that's a socialized housing. And again, since I am hoping this video will help you to decide to get one for you, one housing for you, especially if you cannot afford those property above millions. And hopefully you will consider this video as helpful for you to decide to get one is socialized housing. Because why? If we're going to talk about socialized housing, this is really seldom, and you must take the opportunity to grab one for you once in your place, in your area, wherever in the Philippines. The real estate brokers and agents will tell you that buy this property and this is socialized housing, and still you don't have property, you are still renting. I guarantee you will not regret in getting one socialized housing for you, because as time goes by, even though it is socialized, the value of it will still going up. As what I said 5 years ago, here in Cebu, you can find there are offer socialized housing. The price of that property is about only less than 500,000. And take note, for this for now, this year 2025, the price of those project less than 500,000, now it's already around around 800,000. So still, even it's socialized, the price is still going up because it's real estate. And if we talk about real estate, it's not a full guarantee, but we can assure that the price will in the market is going up. Even though the pandemic hits, the property value is still rises. So again, socialized housing, it's in the bottom part of the housing development. So do not expect that in the metropolis, example here in Cebu, you will expect a socialized housing within the city proper, within Cebu City, or within nearby of the city proper. You must expect that the development must about 1 hour or 2 hours drive away from the city. Because why? Okay, the developer will, of course, they will consider their budget. Okay, because if they are going to develop in the city or nearby, the prices of the lots there are very expensive. So they are finding ways, they will develop away from the city so that they can provide you housing. And fortunately, most of us Filipino, when we talk about a property away from the city, we declined it because most of our reason, the property is very far from the city. But sadly, and this is the reality, if we're going to consider that mindset, you will get old without owning your own place. Lucky for you if your parents have one that they will give to you, or lucky for you if you already earning big enough money to buy a property. But what if those people who cannot afford? So our mindset, we will try to twist our mindset. We will not consider the current situation, because most of us, because of our job in the metropolis, we are looking for a property within the proper city. But again, we have to twist our mindset so that we can get a property. Once example, you are working in Cebu City and then you are renting, and then you don't have property. You are renting for how many years? And an agent, a broker, told you that there is a socialized housing development in this area, mostly here in Cebu. The socialized housing is being developed by the developer in Carcar, in Toledo, and in Bugo, and those places are very far from the metropolis. Those are about 1 to 2 hours driving. If your mindset is you will decline the offer of your broker or real estate agent because the development is very far from the city, and your reason is away from your job, and I think try to consider 5 years from the day the broker offered to you that property. Try to consider. Do not tell that it's fully guaranteed that your job is still there 5 years from now. So your mindset must be, you must have to think that you must have to have property, as long as you know that you can afford the offer. You can afford the monthly, since the offer will not be paid by spot cash or one-time fee. It should be paid by monthly staggered. As long as you know that you can afford, and as long as you know that you can be approved in Pag-ibig housing loan, grab it, because after that year you will look back and you will tell yourself that you are not regretting buying socialized housing. Again, most of the socialized housing development is far from the city, so do not expect. And if there is a socialized housing development within the city in your place, then that's very good. But again, it's mostly, it is 1 hour to 2 hours driving from the city. And now, as I told you that we will be talking about what is socialized housing, and then we will be talking about the development of socialized housing. And now I will explain how to avail socialized housing. First, because this is funded by this will be financed by the Pag-ibig, you have to have your Pag-ibig. So you must to be a Pag-ibig member. And the question is, what if you are not Pag-ibig member? Because in loan, it is required that at least you are 2 years member in Pag-ibig. But now, what if you are not a Pag-ibig member? Then it is okay, because you can go to Pag-ibig and then pay the whole lump sum for 2 years, and then you can take the loan. And then the second is, you must to have in Pag-ibig loan, you must be approved. The question is, how you know if you are approved in Pag-ibig? You must not have any housing development or housing loan foreclosed, especially in Pag-ibig. So your account is clean. And second, you must to have a work or a source of income that can support your monthly amortization. So if you are working, you must to have your certified of employment, and you have to have your pay slip. And another requirements is, you must birth certificate if you are single, and if you are married, you must to have your marriage contract. And for the amortization, this year is already 2025, and mostly the socialized housing doesn't price anymore for about less than 500,000, because that was 5 years ago. And now mostly, if you can find socialized housing, the price of it will be about 800,000. Still, it falls from less than a million offer. And the other thing that we are going to talk in this video is, because we've done talking about socialized housing, the development of socialized housing, and then we also talk about briefly how to get a finance to get a socialized housing and the requirements. And the next stage of our video is, we will try, because everything is nothing if we don't have an example. So for the example, we will try to visit a subdivision that falls down into a socialized housing, so that you will know, or you will see what you will have an idea what is socialized housing. Again, socialized housing is the bottom part of the housing development. It means this is not your typical subdivision or typical housing development that has lots of community amenities, especially swimming pool. So socialized housing doesn't have swimming pool, mostly, because maybe there is a good developer that will develop a socialized housing, and then they will put a community swimming pool. Then that's an additional. And we will go now to check the actual development of socialized housing. This falls down socialized housing because the price of the property is less than 1 million. Okay, and this property and this subdivision is located in Canasuhan, Karkar. The name of the subdivision is Esperanza Homes, and the developer of the subdivision is J. Nathan Corporation. I think that's the sister company of King's Property. And the King's Property, they don't develop socialized housing. Instead, their development started from a low-cost housing up to the open market. and it's raining now. This is the example of the socialized housing that we are going to check. We are outside of their subdivision, and they have this commercial spaces outside, and that's the name of the subdivision. It's Esperanza Homes in Canason, Karkar. And as you notice, they have here the security, the entrance exit of the subdivision, and the guardhouse. And this is the socialized housing here in Karkar. And look at the houses. That's what I told you, a one-story house. The good thing with this socialized housing is mostly, if we will find, especially in the government development, once we talk about socialized housing, the houses is bare unit. Bare, that means the house doesn't have bedroom partition, and the floor is not tiled, and there is no paint. And this one is not developed by the government, it's developed by the private sector, the real estate developer. And look at what their subdivision, their houses. That's the example. That's one. It's a corner house. Look at that. So they have, that house has already a partition, a bedroom partition, and a tiled floor, and a painted walls. And they have allowance from they have land allowance. Some of the houses here, they develop their front, they turn it into an extension, and some they don't. Instead, they make it a garden. Like example with this corner house, look at his house. He turned it into a garden. And we will check the subdivision amenities of this socialized housing. And there is a house open. Let's try to check. So it's painted walls and tiled floors, and with bedroom partition. And this is their subdivision amenities. They have a good decent open space for garden, for play area for the kids. And they have this garden here, and they have, let's open, and they have basketball court, and they have like that the garbage chute. And it's closed, it's raining. See, they have this open garden for kids play area. So that's their subdivision amenities. And they have 2-story townhouses here also. As far as I remember, this subdivision is already been sold out. And that 2-story townhouses, way back when the project was still in a pre-selling stage, the prices of those houses were still below 1 million. So it means it still falls under the category of socialized housing. But now, this year, 2025, I don't know if that price is still under 1 million. I think it's more than 1 million. So, and that is the neighborhoods of this subdivision. They have a decent road, they have a good supply for the water, and they have this post for the electricity, and they have a subdivision wall, perimeter wall, and they have that drainage system. And this is the example of socialized housing, and this is developed by a private sector or real estate developer. Because if we are going to check a subdivision, a socialized subdivision by the government, this is not the same like this. Because as I mentioned, if the government socialized housing, the houses are not painted, they don't have tiled floors, and they don't have bedroom partitions. And this is the example of socialized housing. Hopefully this video helps you to decide if you have socialized housing in your community or in your area. Then consider it buying, especially if you don't have a property, because forever renting is not really good. Maybe for now it's good, but later on in the coming years you will think that you have to decide to get your own house, because owning a house than renting, owning a house is better than renting. You have your peace of mind, you have your own space to develop, to design, and you have your own place that you really call your own. So this is the housing, the socialized housing. Look at the subdivision. And take consider again, if there is a development in your area, if there is an offer socialized housing, go for it. If you have property, then maybe this socialized housing, it can be your rental business. If you will say, you don't have socialized housing because you have property, then it's better, but then you can still get this property as your rental business. Thank you, and God bless you all. And this has been me again, Mark, and thank you for watching my video from start to finish. And hopefully the next video we will talk about the other housing development, the low cost one and the open market. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that like button, and share my video, and leave a comment below on my video, and we will do more videos like this and more adventure video on my YouTube channel. Thank you for the support, and God bless you all, and God bless your family. Bye bye.